Welcome everyone. Increase is normal in God's kingdom. And so that's what I'm going to be talking about today, guys. But before that, I wanted to relay what a great and awesome time that we had at the third day Financial IQ Challenge by Rick the Wealth Coach today, June 5th, 2024. And so one of the things that we talked about was velocity. Velocity being the speed at which you make money decisions. And excuse me, today I have a stuffy nose and my nose has been draining all week. And so the speed at which money decisions are made, velocity, okay? And the coach talked about the 5-second rule. And I'm not talking about the rule where something falls on the ground and you pick it up. I think that was the 3-second rule. But anyway, the 5-second rule, which is, he talked about how concerning money decisions, if he doesn't make the decision within 5 seconds, then he's not going to make that decision. But he says that the way to get riches and to gain riches is to make your money decisions within 5 seconds. Okay. And so found some Bible bits for you also that were shared by the coach. And here's one of them. It's risky not to have increase. What do I mean by that? Or you could say, increase what you have. And so, yes, it's a risky thing not to have increase in our lives. And as a matter of fact, in Matthew 25:26, the Bible terms used for the person that did not increase what he had was wicked and lazy. It was the third guy that was given, or the third servant that was given a talent of money, and he stuck it under a rock instead of at least getting interest for the guy who was in charge, the owner, right? The other two guys doubled what they had. And so he was termed wicked and lazy, a wicked and lazy servant, all right? Because he did not increase or multiply what he was given. And so we see that increase is normal in God's kingdom. And if I'm not increasing, if we're not increasing, we need to step back and find out what's going on here. What is going on, right? And so another example of someone who increased or who became very prosperous was Isaac. There's so many examples. We could talk about Abraham. We could talk about, and the list goes on. Isaac, Jacob, David, Joseph, and we will hit upon some of these. And so if you go to Genesis 26:13, you'll see that Isaac was a triple threat. What do I mean? He was a triple threat. He was a triple threat for King Abi, right? Or Abimelech. This was the king of the Philistines. And he saw how well off, right, Isaac was. And in Genesis 26:13, I'll just read it quick for you. Genesis 26:13. 26:13 says, the man began to prosper and continued prospering until he became very prosperous. That was Genesis 26:13. But before that, it does say that he sowed in the land that year and he received 100-fold. There was famine in the land and he sowed in that land, it says, and he received 100-fold that year, and the Lord blessed him. And so it says he began to prosper, he continued to prosper, and he became very prosperous. I mean, that sounds like a normal thing in God's kingdom, right? And so you see that with Joseph in a little bit of a different nuanced way in Genesis 39:2. You go to Genesis 39:2. Let's go there quick here. And I'm looking at Genesis 39:2, and it says, the Lord was with Joseph. He was a successful man, and he was in the house of his master, the Egyptian. And his master saw that the Lord was with him, and that the Lord made all that he did to prosper in his hand. So Joseph found favor in his sight and served him. And that reminds me of another point that Rick the Wealth Coach spoke on today, and that was service. That to be someone who is of great service, and to run and to pant to be of service to someone else. And so this guy right here, Joseph, he was sold to the Ishmaelites because of his brothers who were jealous of him and who wanted to kill him. But one brother just said, no, we're not going to lay a hand on him. Let's just toss him into the pit, right? And so after that, he was sold into slavery and sold to the Ishmaelites. I mean, that's crazy because the Ishmaelites descend from Abraham, his first son, right? And so he made all that he did to prosper, it says in Genesis, for Joseph. And the Lord blessed the Egyptian's house. Who was this, the Egyptian? Potiphar. He was, what does it say about Potiphar? He had to do with being the officer of the guard, right? And he was from the Philistines. He was of the Philistines. So he even blessed this Egyptian who was of the Philistines just because of Joseph. I mean, that's amazing right there. How good God is. This shows you how good God is, that he uses other folks. He will use you to bless those around you, even though those around you may be heathen. And that reminds me that he prepares a table before us in the presence of our enemies. And so that was my takeaway, guys, from today, from the Financial IQ Challenge, the third day. And so I hope that this was helpful and useful for you guys today. And we'll see you next time. And get involved in the Financial IQ Challenge. It's going to test you. It's going to take you to another level. These challenges that have been going on. And so check it out. Rick the Wealth Coach. 5 days he does this. 5 days every month. The 5-day Financial IQ Challenge. Check him out. And until next time, guys, increase. Don't be wicked and lazy. Increase. It's normal in God's kingdom. We'll see you. Be well.